Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michael from Vertical Works. Today's lesson is truth tables. A lot of software engineers don't know about truth tables. I'd say probably 90% of the people I work with really don't understand how to build them. They don't understand how to set up the rules, the 2n equals total rules and combinations. And so I thought I would go through that with you and help you understand that, because believe it or not, truth tables are a very good tool for analysis. You know, an if statement has two parts, and when you have lots of conditions, there's lots of actions to take, and you really got to make sure you peg it. And truth tables can help you get it right when it's very complex. It can help you flush out all of the details so you don't miss anything. And I've used this on many projects with great success, and it's really fun to whip out the truth tables, build them up, and then watch people debate because they thought they knew what the domain was all about, and then they actually dive in and start working out all the details and the nitty-gritty, and they hammer it all out. It's a great tool to validate stuff. Validation is key. Truth tables help you validate logic, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how they work. So here we go. All right, everybody. So here we are, and this is what a truth table looks like. I've laid it out. Now remember, depending on the number of conditions you have, the formula is 2 to the n. So if you have 3 conditions, which we have, 1, 2, 3, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, right? So if you notice, we have 8 sets of rules, combinations, right? Down below, we have all the actions we want to take. And these are the sequences in which they happen. So let's look at it. Let's look at rule number 1, or C1, okay? If everything is true, it's raining, it's cold, and it's Saturday, you are going to sleep in, ignore your alarm. You're going to wear your raincoat. You're going to wear your sweater. Actually, we should switch those. Let's put our sweater on first and then put our raincoat on. Does that sound good? And then you're going to take the bike to the park because it's Saturday. Now, over here in D, it's raining, but it's not cold, and it's not Saturday. So you're going to wake up on time for work, you're going to wear a raincoat, and you're going to take the bus to work. If it's all false, you're going to wake up on time for work and take the bus to work. It's not raining, it's not cold, you don't need a sweater or a raincoat. You see how this goes. So you can skip on down each column here, right? Validating the actions to take for the given set of conditions. And remember, conditions can be true or false. You have a certain combination of conditions. And remember, if statements have 2 parts, true, if it's true, else, right? You got to do something in the else. You got to account for it anyway. So truth tables really help you map out all that stuff. And truth tables can be linked. So at the very end, after you've done all these conditions, you basically can say, hey, number 5 is go to another truth table. You can give it another name, zip off to that, and evaluate a whole nother set of conditions and do a bunch of other stuff. So this is what I like to use truth tables for. I've used them all over the place. They've really helped me flush out complex criteria. I'm not talking about simple CRUD operations where we're doing a website and it's, pull data out of the database and then present it to the user, and then they make some changes, and then you throw it back and you save it. And there's a couple of business rules along the way. Some filtering, some looking up stuff, and some simple business rules. That's great. But, I was fortunate enough to work at on a contract at Boeing, and, we had real complex stuff. We're dealing with aircraft, we're dealing with people's lives, and we had to be very precise, in what we did. And truth tables really kind of help flush out a lot of details. We want to make take specific actions for specific conditions, and this is what you use to map that stuff out, to flush it out. So you can all sit around the table and make sure you're taking the right actions. So I think truth tables are one of the most valuable things that we use in analysis. And if you're in the computer industry and you don't know how to build them, you really need to figure it out. This is a good template. This is what I use. And again, the formula is 2 to the n. If you have, 15 conditions, right, then it's 2 to the 15. That's how many combinations you're going to have, and then you have to fill out those combinations, and it's going to be a lot. It's a big job. I actually wrote a program that does that, and you just tell it how many conditions you have, and it spits out the horizontal rules automatically. But that's a whole nother thing. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Truth tables are really important, and this is a good example of how to do truth tables with conditions. And these are basically ANDed most of the time, right? I mean, you can sit there and put sub conditions in here, so it's ORed, but usually it's an AND, right? And after that, you label your actions that you want to take in the order you want, and that's it. It's pretty easy to read. You read it vertically. Each one is a vertical slice with true, false, true, false, true, false, true, true, false, etc., 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 and it helps you get the job done. You figure out what actions you need to take. Anyway, this is Michael Bowman of Vertical Works. I hope this little thing on truth tables was helpful. You have a great week. Bye.